it seems like, the key to this, like most things, is to actually just sit down and communicate with each other.
Yeah.
What if that's met with anger? Or what if you're angry and you can't get through that conversation?
When we talk about because I'm a huge, I say you got to be communication, you got to be honest, but there's a way to communicate as well. And so the communication always has to start with I language. So I feel like I'm not making any judgments.
And it can't be I feel like you're an idiot.
Yeah. And that's, do you know how many people go like, I feel like you're an idiot, you're a douchebag, we just name things so badly. Instead of saying, I feel like you acted inconsiderately. I feel like you didn't take my feelings into consideration. I feel like I do too much around the house because of this and the next thing. We feel attacked. So before a word comes out, we get defensive. And some people get defensive using anger. If the conversation starts, they're met with anger because people feel vulnerable. And often when we feel vulnerable, when we feel like we've done something wrong, when we've been naughty little children, we get angry and we get onto the defensive. And so even if you're met with anger, assuming your language is good and you're not coming from an angry space, and you know what, never have a conversation with you're angry. If you're angry about something, boundaries that have been ignored, feelings that haven't been taken into consideration, rather go have those feelings, get them out, and then choose a time where you can sit down and speak rationally about it. And do not, if it gets to a point in the conversation where you feel like you and your partner are going to start saying things that are bad or unhealthy or going to just escalate, stop the conversation and move away. Give yourselves some space to think and to feel in it. And if you need to write some things down, because sometimes in the heat of the moment we forget about what we want to say, write it down. Go through it calmly. Start setting a new culture by starting to look at how you approach conflict. Because conflict doesn't have to be bad. It can be very regenerative and good for a relationship if it's managed well. And some relationships need that sit down and that conversation and the clearer boundaries to be put into place and the feelings to be on the table for any progress to be made. Otherwise, we just sit and we get quieter and quieter and quieter until we're sitting opposite a stranger and don't understand what happened to our marriage.